Hey, what's up? Hey, everybody, how's it going? We are live. Today's topic, the summer forecast 2024. Summer 2024 is one for the history books. Mark my words. You heard it here first. I would say two things: Renaissance and Revolution. That's the vibe for summer 2024. How y'all feeling? I asked in the chat earlier. Ooh, I gotta put the link in the chat. I keep forgetting. Y'all, the energy been so weird, y'all. I've been so off. I've been so off. It's crazy. Let me see. I could just say this. An example. I've been making the same tea I've been making forever. Why today is coffee in here? I don't even drink coffee. I can't even tell you the last time I ever drank coffee. I don't drink coffee, but we gonna cheers. Cheers to revolution. Period. I got my sis Natalie with me. The hood calling that a Lucci. Not in the building. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? But yeah, Renaissance and Revolution. I'm glad I got that coffee. I might need an energy pickup. I asked y'all on Sunday, hey, welcome to the live. Myrno Rican. I asked y'all on Sunday how y'all was feeling. Specifically, I asked, has the energy been weird? Or no, I said, did you feel weird this week? Did you feel weird this week or different? And the options were, yeah, I thought I was the only one. No, I had a normal week, or life has been weird. 70% of people voted life has been weird. And then I think like 20-some% voted, yeah, it's been weird. I thought I was the only one. Nobody said that they had a normal week. I thought that was so telling. Like the energy has been so weird. I don't know if, okay, oh, okay, the helicopter, whatever that is. But yeah, the energy has been so weird. I asked it on Sunday. On Friday when I was at work, my one coworker was like, does it feel weird back here? And I'm like, I don't know. They are doing construction where I work. So I was like, is it the construction or whatever? He was like, maybe or whatever. And then moments later, my other coworker was like, do you feel weird today? Doesn't it feel weird today? And I'm like, somebody just asked me, do it feel weird? And I asked him the same question, like, do you think it's the construction? He was like, no, it's just all day. It's been weird. Even earlier, it's been weird all day. I'm like, I don't know. And when the second person asked me, my second coworker asked me, has it been weird? The first coworker that asked me that was coming back into the building. The synchronicity of it. I'm just like, what is going on? So overall, do I know what's going on? I don't know what's going on. But I know something is going on. I feel it. Like I literally feel it. And I know y'all do too. That's why so many of y'all was like, yes, it's hella weird. So this summer, what do I see? I see Renaissance and I see Revolution. Essentially, the best of times and the worst of times. It's really the same thing happening, just two different expressions of it. So I see like end of the Wiz. Can you feel the brand new day? People dancing in the street. I see that. That's what I mean by like Renaissance. Lots of creativity, lots of expression, all the art forms, but just a Renaissance in art. But it's very good. It's going to be very spiritually led. It's going to be a very spiritual Renaissance. So art and spirit are heavily connected because real art comes from your spirit. That's something I talk about with my clients. And something I want to share with y'all. Like art is a very spiritual expression. It's a very spiritual process. Real art is. And so as art begins to rise and spirituality begins to rise, well, I should say they're rising at the same rate. So definitely a big renaissance. So I see the Wiz. Can you feel the brand new day? People dancing in the street. I also see that scene in the Joker, not Dark Knight, Joker with Joaquin Phoenix at the end of the movie, where it was literally just chaos everywhere. That's what I see. 7-Eleven on this clock. 7-Eleven portals open. Period. So that's what I see. I think about, I just saw this picture. My sister showed it to me. Prince Harry, she brought it to my attention more or less. King Charles. His painting is like covered in red. It's all red. It literally looks like blood. That painting reminds me of all those dreams I had earlier this year. I had at least 3 different dreams earlier this year of pure chaos. Like, that's the best way I can describe it. From people shooting each other, from cars everywhere, houses on fire. Like I just saw chaos everywhere, and it was all races, all people. It wasn't just one specific group experiencing chaos. That is what I see for this summer. But I also see like so much like upliftment and excitement and joy, and just I just see so much. It's both. I think about the eclipse when after the eclipse happened, we hit up the group chat, and two of my friends were in the light, and me and my other friend were in the dark. And it was that stark of a difference. We talked about in the past lives about pick a side energy. We're going to see a greater expression of it this summer. Who remembers in 2020 the fireworks? Who remembers how for months, how long was the fireworks going at?
Man, it was going at least all the way up until October or November. It was going for
months. It was before the 4th, and it was way after the 4th. Way after the 4th, months. And it was going all over America. Because I remember when I came home, that's when I was living in Baltimore at the time. When I came home to visit Cleveland, well, what was I visiting? I don't even know. But I came home to visit Cleveland, and I was saying, like, what? They're doing fireworks here too? Because it was always around the same time, like kind of like right after sunset. Mm-hmm. So maybe like 8:30, 9 o'clock-ish. Mm-hmm. But it was like ritualistic. It was every single night for months. And there were tweets about it and everything, like
from people from all
over America. All over America. There were fireworks because they would go on. It was like a 30-minute or hour moment. It was just every day for weeks, months, 4 months. And it was like, what is going on? It's happening all over the country, from New York to Baltimore to Cleveland, all over the country. And I don't know how I made this connection, but I kept thinking aliens, because I recognized it was a pattern. It was a ritual. Because anytime they're doing something, they, as in the ops, the 1%, however you want to call them, whenever it's something like that, significance is to get some attention. Just how when they shot those rockets up in the name of APEP during the eclipse, it's very intentional. So when they were doing those fireworks, I made the connection. I don't know how. I guess God made the connection. Like this is connected to aliens. Don't know how, but it's connected to aliens. In these past 4 years, hey Ash, hey Boo. In these past 4 years, there have been so much like admittance of aliens. In fact, in 2020, during in 2020, when everything was going down, right? They had people, they whispered, aliens is real. We proved it.
The Galactic
Hey, lovely thing. Yes. The Galactic Federation. They admitted it. That, see, a federation is not just we have sightings of life outside of our planet. No, that means these are high functioning beings who can organize. I'm 100% positive they're more higher functioning than we will ever be. But these people, these beings are high functioning, organized. They admitted to the Galactic Federation. Baby, they admitted to the aliens. About 9 months ago, there was a hearing at Congress where someone who was a part of some secret, he's always some secret, he was a whistleblower saying, we have proof of, he didn't call them aliens. He called non-human, it's like a non-human aircraft, non-human bodies, because basically it was like a body that was still in the aircraft or whatever. They never called it alien, they just said non-human. And when the people on Congress were asking the guy the questions, he was a government official, he was a military official. When they was asking him more details, he was like, yeah, I can't say that right here, but I can talk to you in private. This was about 9 months ago. You can look it up. I'm like, so what you're saying is it's aliens. That's what you're saying. So I think about now, and we talked about this, you can check back on my first live, we talk about how we will start to really see the manifestation of the faded energy of the eclipse in July. What happens the first week of July, y'all? The fireworks. I think about, and my sister and I were just talking about this the other day. She was mentioning the Truman Show, but it was so crazy because I was thinking about it too, but in a different way. So this weird energy we feeling, right? I believe what's it boiling down to? The weird energy is that the simulation is breaking. That's what's happening. Now, the specific of it, who running the CERN machine, who doing this, baby, so much going on, we'll be here all day trying to figure it out. And honestly, the truth is stranger than fiction. That is the real tea. Hey, y'all, we got 10 minutes. I love y'all. I just do the first 10 minutes on Instagram. Join me. I usually pin it in the chat. Please forgive me. The energy been weird. But go on my stories. The link is in my story. It's in my bio if you're watching the replay. I love y'all. See ya. This summer is one for the books. Know that. I'm gonna get my tech together one day, y'all. I promise you. Oh, thank you, Nat. All right, y'all. So what was I saying? Aliens. Oh, the simulation breaking, the Truman Show. How many of y'all seen that movie Truman Show? Hey, Jazz B. What's up? Jazz says, hey. And I was just saying True Stranger Than Fiction today. Wow, baby, the alignment is crazy. The alignment is crazy. Welcome to the live, Jazz B. What's up? So, the Truman Show. Oh, you seen the Truman Show, Jazz? Period. So you know what's up. Okay, so for those who don't know, I'm not gonna spoil it because I think it's a really good movie and I think y'all should watch it for real. Truman, the Truman Show. It is about Truman, played by Jim Carrey. Amazing. I love Jim Carrey. Truman is played by Jim Carrey. It is about a man who, as a child, was the first baby legally adopted by a corporation. So he was adopted by a corporation, and essentially his whole life is a simulation. So his mom is an actor, his wife is an actor, his best friend is an actor, the mailman is an actor, his coworkers are actors. It's all a simulation. He is the only one that is living, is a true man living his real life. Everyone else is actors. He's got like the biggest show. His whole life has been recorded. There are like thousands of cameras everywhere. His cameras in his mirror as he brushing his teeth. His cameras in his steering wheel. His cameras everywhere. His whole life is a spectacle for the world to watch. Since he was born, he's been filmed. The creator said he was inspired by Michael Jackson. But I've been thinking more about that movie, and the theme of that movie is that it's not fake. It's just heavily controlled. And that's what I'm starting to see the world. I will often say this world is fake. This world is fake. And yes, there's a lot of falsehood in this world as we know it, in this realm that we exist in. But it's less about being fake and it's more that it is controlled. Because I was breaking down the rap beef with my friend the other day. And I mean, I definitely think it's orchestrated, but he was talking about how Kendrick is just whooping on Drake. And he is. But I think about wrestling. Or even more specifically, because wrestling is super fake, but maybe boxing, right? It's more accurate. In boxing, we can get back to the Truman Show, but in boxing, you got these two opponents, right? And you know, since the history of ever seen boxing, the opponents, I don't like you, I'm gonna beat you up. You know, you ain't this, you ain't that. These people are just contracted boxers. They probably have no real beef in real life. They probably don't even know each other. But part of the game, part of their sport is they gotta, talk trash for the marketing, all this other stuff. But when they get in that ring, they really are fighting. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not fake. It's just heavily controlled. So even without back to the rap beef, it's orchestrated. So maybe Drake, maybe Kendrick actually don't really have beef, or they do have beef, but it's still orchestrated. So back to the Truman Show and the world we live in, just how the Truman is living a simulation, we are living in a simulation. It's orchestrated. And so as Truman begins to wake up, everything goes haywire. I mean, even down to the fact that he thinks his father drowned, because the director wanted to implant a fear into Truman so he would never leave the simulation. So he would never leave the city, his small town. Right? Think about that makes me think about all the different traumas that we experience in the simulation that holds us back, that are often orchestrated. 2020 was very traumatic for a lot of people. People still wearing masks, baby. They got every shot in the book. They still wearing the mask. The trauma is orchestrated. So this energy we're feeling, I feel, is the simulation cracking. It's breaking. This is why I want to connect to the last point with the Truman Show. In the very beginning, I learned this from Dr. Miller, Dean Kindly, Dr. Scott Miller, my theater teacher. He taught us that whenever there's a play, a story, it's because it's a dynamic moment in the world of this play, in this world of this story. the story doesn't take place the day before or the day after. It takes place right here, right now, because something very important has to be told. So in the beginning of the Truman Show, you could tell Truman is going through his same routine that he always does. He has like this catchphrase. He waves to his neighbors. If I don't see you later, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, something like that. He's like a character in the book. But on this day, in the beginning of the Truman movie, he walks outside and a light falls, almost as if like a meteor, right? But it's like a stage light. But the stage light is called Sirius B. Y'all, did y'all see that light in Portugal? That just happened. Was it Saturday night?
Yeah. What's today? Monday?
Say Monday. So either Saturday, Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
It was a light flash. It was like a meteorite, not like a meteorite. This was a meteor. It was a meteor flashing. That's what made me think of the Truman Show. When we were talking about it, I'm like, and when does Sirius become visible?
Series becomes visible at the end of July, like Leo season.
The end of July. Let's talk about Leo season.
Come on, turn it up.
So Sirius, you got the opposite of Sirius. I'm like the radio. The series, right? So that same light that fell down at the beginning of the Truman Show, just on a storytelling basis, that let you know something is about to happen. A shift is happening in the story, right? So the story of this simulation that we exist in, we had so many signs, but just a more recent one, a meteor shooting across the sky. Something is happening. A change is happening. A shift is happening. So we just talked about July. I've had so many dreams about Leo season. This summer period. Just the summer period.
It's really gonna pick up
Cancer season. If you think about the eclipse, 3 months later, it's gonna be the first week of July, which is also America's birthday, fireworks. We just had a conversation earlier. It's going down Cancer season, but Leo season is that girl, good and bad, or light and dark, light and shadow, however you want to say it. Renaissance and revolution. Mark your calendar, Leo season. Mark your calendar. Starts July 21st. Mark your calendar. Leo season is going 22nd. Down. 22nd. Thank you. Leo season is going down. It's going up. It's going up. And so let's get into this. We know the simulations happen. It's breaking. We've been feeling weird. I got coffee in my cup. I thought it was tea. I've never done that before. And so many other things. I mean, from the fact I got to take a nap after my nap. It's crazy. Like, so many things are happening right now. And so many of us feel it. For me, it reminds me of that feeling of like, you go downstairs and you're like, wait, what was I here for? It's like that, but all the time. Like, wait, where am I? Wait, what's going on? Wait, what was I doing? Like all the time. And or it kind of reminds me of also like being on that teacup ride at the carnival. You just spinning round and round and round. But imagine being on that teacup, but you still got to write your thesis paper. Because it's like, we still have stuff to do. We talked about creating a new world last live. We still have things to do. Yes, the simulation is breaking. Things are happening. Things are shifting. It's intense. It's weird. It's awkward. It's frustrating. It's painful. It's all these things. We still have stuff to do, y'all. Because all the signs point to change. And I know if you like me, you've been ready for a change for a while now. So we can't stop the flow. That's what I mentioned. Yeah, I'm on this teacup ride. I'm queasy and I'm dizzy and I'm disoriented. And I'm like, what is going on? I'm still typing my paper though. Because Leo season is popping, baby. We got to start now. We talked more about that on the previous live. Make sure you watch that video, Creating a New World, of what we need to be doing, being organized. But this summer, I just see the manifestation of a lot of work we've been putting in. I see the manifestation of conflict. Because the conflict we're seeing now, it has not reached its head, y'all. I'm talking about chaos in the street, cars on fire. And it's not fear-mongering. Because I'm not even telling you, get a whole bunch of flashlights and batteries. I mean, you could do that, but it's honestly already done. Eclipse is faded energy. You already picked your side. How you was living your life up until this point, already up until April 8th, the eclipse. It's already done. It's more or less we're about to see the expression. It's like the rehearsal already took place. It's time for the show. So I think that's why Leo is going to be that big expression. Leo is the rock star, ruled by the sun, attention. It's like everything that has been in the dark. It's coming to light now. Side note, have we seen the correlation between Diddy and celestial cosmic events? Because that same week of the eclipse, that's when, was that when they was in Miami raiding his house? And then the same weekend, this meteor shoots across the sky. His video is revealed. He's a Scorpio.
And there's a Sagittarius full moon
Next week?
Friday?
Friday?
Wednesday. 23rd.
Wednesday, Sagittarius full moon. Oh, that's interesting. That's America's 9th house.
That's America's first house. America's a Sagittarius rising.
I thought it was Aries rising.
Sagittarius rising.
Even better. With that Sagittarius full moon, things will be revealed. Hitting America's first house. Wheat and chaff energy. Can you explain what that means, Jazz? I'm not sure what that means. Wheat and chaff energy. I'm not sure what that means. The full moon was on Wednesday. Hitting America's first house. How we see it, we've been talking about this all season long with these lives, but America is crumbling. We talked about the movie Leave the World Behind. A major theme in that movie was death of America. I think we'll see a major within the next 2 weeks. So after the full moon, within 2 weeks of the full moon, we're definitely going to be looking at America differently. I'll say that. More specifically, America will be starting to be seen differently. That's more specific. Even with the Sagittarian, the morals. The morals of America, people are going to be looking at our morals differently. Like, what is America really about?
Another event that happened politically that also kind of aligns under the same energy as the Diddy fallout meteor. The president of Iran plane helicopter was in an accident. He died. The president and the foreign minister, I just
want to make sure they heard you.
Okay.
The president
and the foreign minister, they died in a helicopter crash. Now they're saying it's because of the weather, but we know how these things go under the work.
It's not fake, just heavily controlled.
Yes.
President and Prime Minister of Iran. Plane crash this weekend, same weekend as Diddy's abuse tape coming out, and a meteor shooting across Portugal. Coincidence? There are no coincidences in the universe. Again, we can theorize all day, every day, because there's so much to talk about. The reality is things are shifting, things are happening, and I suggest we do our best to stay grounded. I was playing the root chakra meditation earlier. I'm going to be more intentional about spending time outside, walking. Excuse me if I'm shaking the camera. Grounding. This season is going to require a lot of grounding so we can stay focused. Again, we on this teacup ride. It's not about to slow down. It's only going to pick up because it's going to be like a tornado. What was just happening in Houston? It's going to be like the energy is like a tornado, shifting, spinning everything around, picking everything up. And when it drops, everything's going to be different. So I say we gather our things, gather our energy, and get ready for the shift. Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. That's ready to tea. No, go ahead. Know what you say?
Wheat from the chaff is like a phrase. It's a saying. It means separate the wheat from the chaff. It's to judge people, to judge which people or things are group bad ones and ones are good. So taking the
wheat and the chaff energy. Okay, separating what's worth it, what's not worth it. Because you want the wheat, you don't want the chaff. I'm assuming. Thank you for sharing that, Jazz. I never heard of that before. Yeah, well, that's what's happening. But see, it's that distinct pick a side energy. It's that the wheat and the chaff is already happening. It's gonna be light and dark. If you ain't working for God, then who you working for? And it's gonna be, oh, she shared it. It's a Bible verse. I don't follow Christianity, but that's been standing out to me for months. But the pick a side, what you've been doing will bring you down shaft or elevate you, set you apart. Period. Thank you, Jazz. Yes. If you have been doing what you're supposed to be doing, spiritually, energetically, just period with your work, right? We talked about that in the last live, so make sure you check that out if you haven't already. But if you never stop the motion, them plans are coming to fruition. I can already see it happening for me now. I got meetings coming up, auditions, all these different things, they're happening. So I don't have time, and we don't have time to be like, oh, I'm not feeling good. Recognize that you don't feel good, make your tea or your coffee by accident, and keep it moving. Today I had to get stuff together. I would sit down for 10 minutes, get back up, do something else. Sit down for 30 minutes, get up and do something else, because the motion don't stop. And I'm going to utilize this momentum. And I suggest you all do that too. And I'm gonna wrap it up here. I suggest we utilize this movement, this initiation of a tornado for positive change, because it's already happening. So let's get on this teacup, spin this thing around. So when we come out, everything is in alignment. This summer is one for the books, good and bad, the best of times, the worst of times. I suggest if you want to be on the best of times, do your best to ride your own wave, because they are literally manipulating frequencies. I feel it. I had a physical change in my body the other day, and this is the second time I saw it. The first time, both times I seen this physical change in my body, before I even recognized it, I felt very stressed and unlike myself. I remember I was looking in the mirror thinking my face looked different. I feel different. Then I seen the physical change. And I said, what is going on? Then I saw it again months later. And again, I felt this, I don't feel good. I don't feel good. I look in the mirror. I see this physical change. What is going on? What was even more confirming that something is going on is that I found out two other people saw the same exact physical change within weeks of each other. So that's three different people. That's not a coincidence. Three. That's not a coincidence. The ops, the 1% are playing with the energy for their benefit because they know their time is up. The shift is here. The aliens are coming. The aliens might be us. There's many different ways that these higher consciousness can manifest. But I definitely believe we will see otherworldly beings sooner than later, for sure. But the consciousness is elevating. That's why we're able to have these conversations right here. That's why I do these lives for the real ones, because it's literally happening before our eyes. The chaos, the renaissance. And I still need to hear, like I said, to make this last point. The Met Gala, because everything is not fake, just heavily controlled. The Met Gala's theme was like garden in time or whatever. It goes back to the original woman, the indigenous woman, the black woman, the Black Madonna. That's what that theme was about. Right. And we understand that these people operate in rituals because they harness energy. That's another story for another day. So they're harnessing the energy of this Black Madonna because the original woman is up. The indigenous woman is up. The Black woman is up. It's our time to shine for real. The world is literally upside down. The patriarchy is falling. It has been operating in just low energy for centuries. The patriarchy is falling and the divine feminine is rising. So just how when they say the poles are shifting, things are changing. Death to America, that whole white supremacy patriarch is crumbling, and the divine feminine, led by Black women, is happening right before our eyes. So that's what all these signs are all about. So the chaos has to happen for alignment to truly begin. Yeah. So I'm excited. Even though I feel weird and I feel what's going on, I'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm looking forward to it because honestly, I'm sick of the simulation. I'm sick of the orchestration. I'm sick of the fakeness. I'm sick of the mask. I'm just like, let's get into it. How that woman, do you know her name? That was talking about the lady with her eyelashes, and the woman responded, Black woman responded. Jasmine.
Cochran.
Oh, come on, another Jazz. How, Jasmine Cochran?
Mm-hmm. Jasmine.
Jazz, right? Jasmine C. We got Jasmine B on the line. Talking about Jasmine C. How she responded to that woman with that enough is enough. I'm not taking it no more. That's the energy of 2024 times 100. We're not taking it anymore. And I'm talking about from the conflict in the Congo to the G side in the East to the fake food, because they're getting ridiculous with it at this point. Honey, it's straight Play-Doh. For real. Like from the fake food to the inflation, all this inflation. Wait, so you think about the price inflation. The price inflation is going up. Oh, yeah, that. But I'm saying all this tension is rising and rising. It has to burst. So as the economy is inflating, and then it's gonna bust, the economy's gonna break. That's how the simulation is. All this tension, it has to break. This tension has to break, and it's gonna break. I honestly don't feel like the world's gonna be the same. You thought 2020 was something, how the world's not the same? That was a preview. And we will really see the world differently probably by 2027, because we're still in this new cycle. But 2024, this summer, mark my words, is going down, period. So stay up, stay close to God, ride your own wave. Ride your own wave. We're going to talk more about finding your specific formula sooner than later. That's what I'm about. That's why I do these lives, connect with real ones. And I want us to understand the world around us, but also ride our own wave so we can build the world that we desire, so we can experience our desires in real time. We don't have to live in a simulation. Now we know it's fake. You know what's orchestrated. Let's build our own. Right? I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Do I ooh for all the love. Shout out to everybody in the building. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all next week. Stay up, y'all. Peace.